This is the song named Breathing In. You can learn and memorize all the words here, and then you can use when you are practicing sitting meditation. Breathing in, breathing out. I am blooming, breathing in. As a flower, breathing out. So you can breathe along with the whole song, and then the song can become a very good friend to help us to maintain in the present moment. Can you hear me? Okay, let's sing the song. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. I am blooming as a flower. I am fresh as a dew. I am solid as a mountain. I am firm as the earth. I am free. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. I am water reflecting what is real, what is true. And I feel the space deep inside of me. I am free, I am free, I am free. You want to move your hands? Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. I am I am blooming as a flower. I am fresh as a dew. I am solid as a mountain. I am firm as the earth. I am free. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. I am water reflecting what is real, what is true. And I feel the space deep inside of me. I am free, I am free, I am free. I remember I learned this song 20 years ago at the great ordination ceremony, and that I received a high ordination ceremony in that year. And when we invite all the senior teachers to come out and take picture with us at noon, around noon, and very hot in the summertime, and very hungry. So when we sing to the last sentence, I am free, and one of the senior monks sitting in the audience, and he said, I am hungry, I am hungry. Time flies very fast. Yesterday, few days ago, the young monks have the opportunity to select the water bottles for recycle. And then accidentally they found a box of pictures in the storage, and they took out and they take a look, and some of the pictures that Thầy took 20 years ago, and some of them could not recognize that's Thầy. When I'm 18 years old, I took that picture for my high school graduation. May I invite the Sangha to enjoy your breathing along with the 3 sounds of the bell. Breathing in, I enjoy that I am breathing in. Breathing out, I enjoy that I am breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, I am a flower. Breathing out, I am fresh. Breathing in, flower. Breathing out, fresh. Breathing in, I am aware that my body is something very miracle to help me to practice. Breathing out, I send my gratitude, my caring, my love to my entire body. Breathing in, aware of the body. Breathing out, thanking my body. Appreciate my body. evening, my dear brothers, sisters, and friends. Today is June the 10th, 2011. We are having our regular Friday meditation session. How are you today? Did you enjoy the weather? Every morning when I wake up, and usually I wake up around 5:30, and maximum is 6. And my first thing that I do is I open the window. I open the curtain to enjoy the weather outside, the sunshine outside. Especially now you see that maybe 5 o'clock in the morning we already have the sunrise. And if you're able to open your window, and then you can look outside even though you don't know what's the weather like outside. But the sunshine, the fresh air, the trees, the leaves, the birds, able to give us the energy, the freshness for the day. I don't know whether who have any experience like that. But that is how I begin my day. The first thing I do when I got off my bed, and the first thing I do is I look outside. I see the sunshine, the clouds, the beautiful blue sky, and then it gives me a lot of happiness already. In our tradition, when we celebrate the Buddha's birthday, tomorrow there will be an international Buddha's birthday celebration. That means all the Buddhist traditions will gathering together here tomorrow morning to commemorate the birth of the Buddha. And usually this is what they call a Visakha Puja. Visakha Puja means the day they combine the 3 celebrations together. That means they commemorate the birth of the Buddha, the enlightenment of the Buddha, and the Nirvana day of the Buddha. Another word, the day that the Buddha born, the day that the Prince Siddhartha enlightenment became the Buddha, and the day that the Buddha passed away. 3 days together. They call Visakha Puja. We every time when we come to the day to commemorate the birth of the Buddha, it's not only a celebration, but that is a practice. That is a reminding how we practice every day. Every day when we wake up, have you ever feel happy because you have a new day to live? That means you are welcoming the baby Buddha. When we wake up, we realize how wonderful I'm still alive. Because there are many people who went to bed and they never have a chance to come back. They peacefully gone while they are sleeping. So if we still awake, we still alive, that's wonderful. There's a song. Wake up this morning, I join my 2 palms together. Thanks for the new day. Thức dậy hôm nay, em thấy trời cao, em thấy trời xanh. Chắp tay, em cảm ơn đời mầu nhiệm. Wake up this morning, I can see the blue sky. Wholeheartedly, I join my hands together and thanks for the new day, the day of miracle. We have to look We have to live in such a way that we look at everybody around us, they are the Buddha. That's why we have the tradition. Join your hands, greeting to each other. By two hands, okay? By two hands. Two hands together. This is a flower that we offer to each other, not one hand. One hand only when you are in a really serious situation. You cannot leave your stuff down anywhere. But if you do have a chance, the opportunity to leave your stuff down, and the beautiful way is to put your two hands and bow. And you can see how beautiful it was. So welcoming the newborn baby Buddha means we are welcoming the new day of living, the new day to live. And then we have to see that, wow, I have so many Buddhas. I should welcome you all. So usually I would say, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, my brothers, my sister, my friends. Today is that day. That means today is not yesterday. Today is not tomorrow. Today is just today. And sometimes we forgot. And even me, sometimes I declare the date, but I still declare wrong. And we can see how forgetfulness we are. That's why we need a lot of reminding. We need a lot of encouragement. Do not think that you know enough. Lately, I have class for the novices every day, every night, from Monday to Thursday. And sometimes I review the old stuff, but I know exactly every time when I renew. Even I teach again, but for sure the students learn something new again. And they do not learn, things never refresh. And I told one of the young novices yesterday, do you realize you have learned? Do not think, do not justify your learning, because you never full of learning. We must learn all the time. Every Friday when you come like this, a lot of encouragements, a lot of reminding, the energy of the Sangha. We are sitting here, but we nourish a lot for others and also we ourselves. Appreciate your day. If we do not appreciate our day, we never know how to use our day meaningfully. Let's imagine how much time we have wasted. How much time, how much energy we have wasted. Time flies very fast. Really, really fast. Patrick found a picture of himself. The picture took with another monk in 2002. At that time, Patrick very little. But now you can see how old is Patrick. Patrick got the driver license already. And for those who came here a long time ago, and you can see all the novices, how they grow up. And when we see they grow up, that means we also shrinkle. When we talk about that, it's not a sad news, but it's a sound of the bell to remind us. This afternoon I have talked to a lady from Seattle, Washington state. And she have shared with me about her practice, and I told her, you know, you are coming to the practice center. It's like you are walking to the mountain to looking for some diamonds from jewelries. And remember, on the way you walk to the mountain to get jewelries, there are some rocks, some stones, but do not think the stones, the rock are diamonds, are jewelries. And sometimes we have an empty pocket, we just put all the rocks in the pocket, very heavy. We carry all the way from the foot of the mountain to the top of the mountain. And then when we go up there, we are full. We are full of the pocket. And even we see diamonds, even we see jewelries, we still think, no, I waste my time, I waste my energy. I carry these rocks from down there up to here. I do not dare to take them off, take them out, and take the diamonds, take the jewelries. You accept, you walk home, you walk down the mountain with full pocket of rocks, of stones. Same thing. When you come to the practice center, when you come to the retreat for 3 days, 4 days, even a week, even 10 days, if we do not know how to live each day mindfully, we will waste the day. We just look at that person. We recognize that person's faults. We look at this person is wrong. We look at that person, he is not right. So people around us, everybody, they are wrong. We carry a lot of difficulties back home. We waste our money, we waste our time. We took 1 week off to attend retreat. And we tell ourselves we are coming to the retreat to learn, to practice, for peace, for joys, for happiness. But those words, only words, never become something reality. Because when we come to the retreat, the peace, the joys, the happiness, the calmness, they all turn into rocks. They are turned stones, and we put in our pocket, in our mind. We are full of suffering. For the whole retreat, we stay for 3 days, 4 days, 7 days, 10 days. We go home with very heavy mind, very heavy. Carry a lot of rocks. During the Dhamma talk for 1 hour. And let's imagine how many hours of Dhamma talks for the whole retreat. A lot. But we don't take anything. Even 1 hour of Dhamma talk, some part, you don't like it. But that doesn't mean the whole Dhamma talk, you cannot receive anything. We have to be very clear what to select, what to bring home, what to take home. And one of the 7 factors of awakening called investigating. Trách Pháp, one of the seven ways to attain your enlightenment. You need to choose what is right for you. It's like people offer you food. You have to select what kind of food that you're able to take that can afford for your body. We meet everybody in the class, in the session, in the retreat. Different background, different environment, different situations. We all like patients. We are patients. We come to the hospital to get treatment. And after we came there, and we forgot that we are very sick already. That's why we come here for healing. But we come there and we also very sick, even more worse. So that means we don't know how to use the day meaningful. So every day when you wake up, tell yourself, I have a new day to live. I vow to go through this day with my mindfulness. If you go to this side and come closer to the great bell, and you can see there is a gatha, morning bell. Read that. And in that 4 sentences, they said, the Dhammakaya body shining brightly in the morning. Sitting here calmly, I relax my mind, my body. This is the new day. That is a beautiful declaration, a very strong declaration. This is a new day. I vow to go through it with mindfulness. The sun of wisdom shining everywhere. And when we're able to live like that, we are enlightenment. Enlightenment doesn't mean one day you can fly, you can walk on fire, you can walk on water. But enlightenment means you are very clearly, you are able to touch deeply in the present moment. More relaxed, more time to live for yourself. In our Sangha here, we have a brother from Vancouver. He is Joshua's father. And today he spent one day with Joshua in school. And this afternoon he plays soccer with the kids, with Joshua's friend. And this afternoon when he back to the temple, and he told me, look at the kids. We wish that we can be like them. No worry, just enjoy their day wholeheartedly. At the moment we play soccer with them, all the worries, everything else is totally away. Just enjoy with the kids. And I told him that one of the technique, one of the way to give us some happiness to live, some energy to live, is someday we need to take a day off to play. Go to the park, take a walk. You can play with kids, play with your children. Nothing else you can do. Just play. That means they say, that's what they call more exercise. Sometimes I have a lot of work, but I know I cannot afford anymore. I leave everything there. I just walk around the room, look at the books, and just do something else. Because if you sit there and you have no energy to do anymore, you just waste your time, and sometimes you don't feel comfortable with that. So take it easy. More relax, more exercise, more laugh. Laughing is one of the ways to help you. Yesterday there was a lady who came and requested the monastics to pray for her granddaughter who was very sick. She is only 6 years old. And I gave her a machine that played the music along with the name of the Buddha. And I told her that when she is, after her operation, her surgery, you can play this music just enough for her to listen, and sit beside her and encourage her and give her a lot of positive power. When you are sick, do not thinking the negative a lot, because that just make your body and your sickness more and more worse. Thinking something positive. The best way, especially people who are helping the patient, when you give them medications, when you give them water, when you give them food, instead of, leave your mind blank, you can create the positive prayer. May this patient take this medication, be well, be happy, be peace. You send your positive energy along with the medications, along with the water, along with the food. And even you are the patient, you take the medication for yourself, you take medicines for yourself, you take food for yourself, you also can do it. What is prayer means? When all the mind together, the mind united together, they can cultivate, they can create the energy of the power, the energy of prayer. So that's why we need the energy of the community. When you pray for the world peace, yourself is part of the Sangha. But if, everybody can do the same thing, the energy will be different. Let's say if we are saying the Bodhisattva's name, the whole Sangha, join your palms and recite the name together. You can feel the energy right away. Very powerful, very miracle. So that's why when we do the chanting, I like the whole Sangha to come and chant. Because the energy of the Sangha chanting gives you a lot of power, a lot of energy. I have the tradition here that every year at the end of the year, like December 29, 30, 31st, we do chanting whole day from 8 o'clock until 9 p.m. 8 in the morning until 9 in the evening. 3 days in a row. That is the practice. Sometimes you meditate, you sit like this, you don't feel comfortable. But bring the book out, sit there and read. When your mind pay attention to reading, you forgot everything else. As a kind of meditation too. So chanting is a type of meditation. Reciting the Buddha's name is a type of meditation. Any way, you can use any technique, any way, as long as you can keep your mind focusing to one thing only. Like after sitting for 30 minutes, I know some of you don't feel comfortable with your legs. If I massage your legs and then you sit for another 45 minutes, it's quite hard for you. So massage our legs, and then one bell, we stand up, we take a walk. We move a little bit, we come back to sit. It's better. I still keep you in meditation, but instead of sitting, we do walking. Breathing in, we take one step. Breathing out, we take another step. You can learn the song, I have arrived, I am home. In the here and in the now, you can apply your steps along with the song. I have arrived. I have arrived. I am home. I am home. Sometimes I use the whole prayer when I walk. So you can create your own way that able to help you to keep your mind and your body at one place. Some of the practice center, they put a little sign around, under the tree, at the bench, on the wall. Bring your mind and your body together. You already set up your time to come to the Friday evening. Then be here. Your body here, your mind here. Nowhere else. Nowhere to go, nothing to do. I don't need to worry. No longer in a hurry. To be enlightenment, that means you can live a day and learn how to forget. Forget the class of life, of the society. Forget sickness. Forget your what you hate, who you hate. You can release. When you can release a little bit, and then you can get some relax. When we sit very close together, we cannot move. But if we can expand a little bit, some more space. The mind is the same. Sometimes you need to release yourself a little bit. And then you can feel a little bit relaxed. That's why sometimes you look at some of the people, they look very young even though their age is high. They are old, but they look very young because they don't take a lot of negatives. They don't keep that too long in their mind. They know how to relieve. They know how to let it go. A day without friend, a life without friend as a day without sun. We need some friend to practice together. You know why the young novices can stay in the temple that long? Because they are together. They have friends. Let's say if only one young monk here, I don't think he can stay long. No friend. So you know that we practice, we need friend in the practice. Vietnamese people used to say, ăn cơm có canh, tu hành có bạn. When you have a meal, it's nice to have a bowl of soup. When you are practice, it's nice to have a friend. The meal without the soup, that meal very dry. That's why in the Vietnamese tradition, every meal, we must have a bowl of soup. Easy to swallow. More friend, more loving kindness, more compassionate. And when we're able to live a day like that, we end our day without any regret. I have mentioned this to the Sangha already. Nirvana is not the place you wait until when you die to go there. Nirvana is right here. Nirvana is your feelings. Nirvana means when you feel peace, at ease. Nirvana means when you're able to accept things. You do not try to run away anything, but you know how to open your heart and accept. That's Nirvana. Nirvana means you can adapt with the situation. A lot of people, when they move from another place, they cannot adapt. They don't feel fit. And they're very lonely. They isolate themselves. So they live, but they have no nirvana. So no, nirvana is not a place you wait until you die to go there. When inside of you, you enjoy the place where you stay, that's nirvana. When you can stop, you're angry, you are very angry, you are almost say something to hurt someone, you can stop right on time. And right at the moment you stop, you jumped into nirvana. In the Kustigaba Sutra, the Kustigaba said, when a person who fell down in the rime of hell, they almost opened the gate of hell to enter. Luckily, they can stop right there. They come back, they recite the Buddha's name. They recite even the four sentences of the words of the Gatha. They commemorate, they're thinking about the Sangha. That means they reciting the Buddha, the Dhamma, the Sangha. They're out of the hell. The gate of hell closed, the gate of hell locked. They never have a chance to come in there. Same thing. The gate of hell means when you almost do something wrong, you stop right on time. You are thinking about the Buddha. You're thinking about your family. You're thinking about your learning. Then you don't do it. When you go to school, you almost do something wrong. And then you can remind yourself, if I do this, it affects my whole Sangha. People won't say, oh, only myself, but they say, oh, that's how the monks are. That's how you come to the practice center. You think about your family. You think about your country, your nation, your ancestor, your parents, your brothers, your sister. You stop. So this is the reality practice. So we come to the celebration of the Buddha's birthday. It's not only the celebration, but it is a practice, a reminding of the practice. You celebrate the birth of the Buddha, the enlightenment of the Buddha, the Nirvana day of the Buddha. It means you have the morning, the afternoon, and the evening beautifully. 3 times a day. 3 periods of your lifetime. When we born, we're so young, now we are like a newborn baby. And slowly you step into life. You will in touch with a lot of things. But if you are not wise enough, you are not mindful enough, you do not know how to make your life, your youth, meaningful, you waste. But if you know how to use your youth, and then ending of your life, when you come old, you have peace, you have happiness. I have finished my life in a beautiful way because I never wasted. Every day we need to contemplate. When you go to the evening chanting for the bell, and you will see that word, that gatha. The day is ended. Our life is one day shorter. Let us look back what we have done for the day. So you can see there are 2 reminding. In the morning bell they say, this is a new day. But in the evening they say, your day is ended. It's a beautiful reminding. So Visakha Puja. What is the Buddha? Buddha means the person who awakes. The person who always aware of all the situations. The Buddha, the person who is very flexible when they come to any kind of situation, very flexible. They never, strictly attach. They accept and they make it more beautiful. No attachment. This is the art of living. The art of using your day. I always told my students, if I look at my students, they don't use their day right, I feel very sad. I have the same sadness for myself too. If any day that I don't use it right. Sometimes when you know you are very tired, you need a day to rest, then you can take a day to rest. But if it is time to work, then you have to work. I try my best to be with the Sangha most of the time. And you can see that if I am not here with you on Friday, that doesn't mean I'm sleeping. I'm in somewhere else, but I still be with another group of Sangha. I don't give them a talk here on Saturday night. I am giving somewhere else. So that's how you celebrate your day. You can see that the weather start to change. Windy and maybe raining. We never know. Life can change. That means, do not say that I cannot change myself. I have a very strong habit. Yes, if you know you have a strong habit, that's good that you know your habit, but you don't transform your habit. Doesn't work. You have a good intent that you can see a negative habit. But what? You need to take another big step. That is transforming your habit. You can be enlightenment. After your habit has transformed, you have nirvana. And of course, during your transformation journey, you also have nirvana, but little. Do you remember the mantra from Prajna Paramita Sutra? Gate, gate, paragate, parasamgate, bodhisattva. Try your best. Try your best. Gate, gate. Paragate, try more. Parasamgate, put your wholeheartedly your best to go there. When you arrive to the destination, Saha, I am arrived. That is the meaning of the mantra. Gate, gate, paragate, parasamgate, bodhisattva. Bodhi means enlightenment. At first, you very hard to control your temper. And you will say, calm down, calm down. Gate, gate. Somebody touch you, you almost explode. But you know how to put your hand right in your heart. Calm down, calm down. Gate, gate. Paragate, calm down a little bit more. Parasamgate, more and more, calm down. Take a deep breath. Breathing in, I realize that I'm angry. Breathing out, I try to calm myself. 5 minutes later, that person is gone. Your temper is cooled down. Bravo! I am winning. I am the winner. I am able to taming my anger. I arrive. I have arrived. Buddhi Saha. Bravo. Hooray. How wonderful. I have taming my anger. We are human. There's nothing wrong that we're angry. But thanks to the practice, we're able to see our anger. We're able to calm down. We are not a saint yet. We do not dare to declare, I have no more anger in me. No matter what people do to me, now I feel like I am a solid, a big rock. I can be very solid. That's not the practice. Do not dare to declare that yet. I still have a lot of negative in me, but I am on the way of transformation. That is what the meaning of the Dharma for. The reason why you need to take refuge in the Dharma, because the Dharma is a friend to help me, to cool me down, to calm me down when I entering the suffering. I take refuge in the Sangha because the Sangha able to help me, to support me on the path of the practice. I take refuge in the Buddha because the Buddha is the teacher. When I look at the teacher, when I think about the teacher, I have full peace of joy in me. In our tradition, every chanting, every session of chanting, before we ending the chanting, we say the 3 refugee chant. Is that right? Why does that mean? Come back. I come back to take refuge in my own Buddha, my own Dhamma, my own Sangha. Tự quy y Phật, tự quy y Pháp, tự quy y Tăng. I have that in me. That's why every day I need to come back and take refuge. The Buddha within me, the Dharma within me, the Sangha within me. It is beautiful that you come to the celebration and you take the water to bathe the newborn baby. The water symbolizes for concentration. The flower symbolizes for precept. Only the precept and the concentration able to wash away all the dirties, the impurities of your mistakes, of your wrongdoings. In the past, I am a stealer, I am a liar, but now I realize that I will use the 4th precept, learning to speak with my loving speech, and learn to listen deeply to the others. In the past, I have still a lot. Now, I learn the 2nd precept. Instead of stealing, I learn to give. So the precepts are the good medication. The meditation is a good medication. Meditation is a good medication because meditation is able to calm us down, to give us a more concentration, more focusing, more attention to each of our action, to each of the word, to each of our thought. Without concentration, we are unable to do that. So when you come to bathe the Buddha, bathe the newborn baby Buddha every year, and remember the water symbolizes for concentration. The water that we put in the water symbolizes for the precepts. The Buddha symbolizes for wisdom, symbolizes for our nature. But because of the negative habit, very strong in us, that's why we're unable to live peacefully as who we are, to live joyfully as who we are. Now we need to use the water and the flower of precept, of concentration to clean, to wash away the impurities in us, to make the Buddha shiny beautifully. That's why we set the newborn baby Buddha sitting right in the center of the water. It's a pier. They have the meaning. And when you do things and you can see the meaning, you can see the beautiful practice. When you arrange the fruits on the dish, okay, find a plate that's enough for the fruits and always put the fruits high. What does that mean? Why we need to put the fruits high? That means always build up yourself, keep yourself in a higher degree so you can become a good fruit. You are the beautiful fruit. You understand why we arrange the fruits? The fruits are the result of what you have done. The flower symbolizes for the cause. The fruit symbolizes for the effect. The law of cause and effect. So now you understand the three meanings of the celebration. The birth, the enlightenment, the nirvana. That means your beginning of the day, how to live your day, and how to end your day. We have that three. We need to celebrate that every day. Uphill, downhill. And these are on the way to uphill. We are some downhill, on the way downhill. Middle age, young, middle age, and old age. Like a month, we have the beginning of the month, middle of the month, end of the month. First term of the year, mid-term of the year, and final. You have mid-term exam, you have final exam. Your life, our life is the same. Once a while, you have to have an exam. That means you have difficulties to deal with. And after because you have the Dharma, that's why you know how to solve all the problems that your teacher gave you. Thank you for your listening. Thank you for your attending. I hope that you enjoy your weekend and see you next week. Next week we'll be sitting and walking. Another announcement is we will have a 4-day summer retreat for English Sangha at Westlock Meditation Center from July 26th to July 29th. So may Patrick make more copies. You want to come up? William remind Thầy asking for bottles. They are the young friends. They are doing their fundraising to help for the retreat. So they were asked us if you are having your water bottles or your pop cans. So please pack them up and you can call to the temple, or you can bring them along with you on Friday night. So you give to them. They will spend time and they will select them and they will brought to the to where? To the lodge. Nhưng con làm gì với cái đó? You sell. You sell them.
Are there other beverage containers that
I think anything.
Milk cartons.
Yeah, anything. Anything that the recycle take.
Milk cartons.
Yeah, anything less than anything less than a liters by 10 cents. So
the 4 liters homo milk cost a lot. They are very successful on their big sale on last month, Vixac celebration. They fundraise, I believe, about $700. $700, yeah. That's a good fundraising. Please enjoy the 3 sounds of the bell.